Welcome back on the Monday evening show number 2. CAMMUS Racing Simulators Big Block Modified Series round number 9, Limaland Motorsports Park. I can't call it a bull ring because of the high banks, and this place races so big for such a small track. I hate to call it a bull ring, but it is just a little quarter-mile racetrack. Ton of fun if you are on the service, you run dirt. If you haven't been here, I don't know what's stopping you, but you need to get onto this track and put some laps. It's just a ton of fun. 14 drivers, I believe, checked in, so about the same as we had for the UMPs. Travis Johnson, Devin Howard, 1-2. On to the speed short, Ostendorf. Up there, not quite a quarter second off. Jones, Boyd, Vinny Yates. The Ohio Hombre right there, Old Man Westfall. Moody, Dort, Rundle, and Hines. And then we got a couple not on track. John Brunner, one of those. So I don't know if Randy's still hanging around or not. But Randy, buddy, your brother back in here. Hopefully he doesn't have electronic issues and he can make all the laps this time. Hello, Bill. Hello, everybody. Come back from session number 1. We needed the little break. We got a few things done. We've updated the points. In this series, through 8 races, is Travis Johnson with about a 100-point lead over Devin Howard. Moody, Rundle, they're pretty close. They're 3 points apart, but they're about 200 points behind second place Devin Howard. And then Bruce Jones just a few points in back of that. So your top 5 pretty tight through 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The top 2, once we get into the drop weeks, that'll all close back up and things are going to shuffle. The drop weeks don't start until week 10. So they'll drop a couple of races off. Let's see who else. Shane Yates in the house. Always fun seeing Shane Yates in here cutting laps with the boys. That 11 machine. Ossendorf, there's Mr. Vinny. All right, practice session done. It's time for qualifying. We missed the invocation of the national anthem. Got in just a little bit too late for those. They were already finished by the time we were able to go live. Old guy, big bladder, I had to have a potty break and I missed it. 100% my fault. Driver's already out on track. Travis Johnson, the first of those to hit the dirt. And we will watch him get onto the time clock. And he's going to bring it right around the bottom. Should be the first to complete time, and he'll go to the top of the short just because he is the first. 12:83. Ryan Hines right behind that, about not quite a 10th. Oh, big mistake there. Let's go find Dylan to work. He is just rolling out. Devin Howard also just rolling out, so we'll watch these two. A lot of wins and a championship in the series. Driver here in the 20 car is a UMP champion. Johnson was the big block champion a couple seasons ago. Howard, 12:72. Once again, by about a 10th, he bumps Johnson off the top of the chart. Did the same thing in the UMPs. DeWert, a little bit slower than Johnson, about 14/100ths back. Garrett Boyd on track making laps. Here is Ossendorf on his second lap. Ossendorf 11th right now. Looking for a little better lap out of lap number 2. Not what he'd hoped. Slowed down 8/100ths. Reed Rundle still on track. Shane Yates just rolling off, and there goes Reed Rundle making some more laps. So it's going to be Howard again with the quick time. He's going to get the bonus. Pick up a couple extra points for going fastest in qualifying. He parlayed that into a heat win starting in 4th. We invert the top 4 in both heats. And we are going to get ready to go down here for our starting grid. This is what it'll look like in Heat 1. It'll be the 43 of Reed Rundle, the Lumberdew Jackwagon on the pole, and he'll have the 17 of Bruce Jones on his outside. Dylan DeWert, 20 car. Row 2 to the inside next to his teammate in the 316. Your quick qualifier for the evening. Devin Howard, second in the points. Larry Moody, 73 car. Won about 3 or 4 weeks ago in Knoxville when this series was there. He starts inside row number 3 next to Tom Ossendorf in the 32, and John Brunner scheduled to be on the back. We'll see if he's got computer lockup problems like he had in the UMP race and does not make that call. That is weird. Weird, 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 I tell you. Don't know why it does that. Comes on, locks up, restarts itself, and then poof, there it is. It's perfectly fine. So we'll get 6. They'll get out here, get ready to put in a few laps. Everybody's going to the feature. We always have really good races when we come here. You'll see a couple of good lines of racing. One up at the top, one usually down at the bottom in 1 and 2, in the middle of 3 and 4 most of the time. Guys, don't be afraid to shout out in the chat. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver, make sure you shout their name out. Let everybody know tomorrow night, ERA back in action. And we found out today that not this Thursday, the 8th, but the 15th. Mighty Midget Series back in action for 8 weeks, 16 races. We'll start the 15th of August and run through about the second week of October, I think it is. They have one bye week in there. So 8 weeks of racing in 9-week period. All right. Green this time. That pace truck will duck out of the way down here in turn number 3. Reed Rundle and Bruce Jones are going to get us going. These two had a little dust-up back at, I believe, Fairbury a couple weeks ago. And I think they've worked it out. Just good, hard racing. But on the hammer to the green flag, that is Rundle jumping out in front. They'll come out and 2-head down the backstretch. Dylan DeWert already moved to the bottom, and he's picked up a spot. He got around Bruce Jones very quickly. Here comes Howard. Howard clips a tire with the left rear. Oh, boy, Bruce Jones. Contact with Dylan DeWert. And DeWert, I think, just lifted the front end a little, lost some traction. He is a little tight on the exits. Bruce Jones already broken suspension, headed to the pits. He'll be back in the feature. I'm sure that is not how he wanted to start his night right now. It's still Rundle out in front, man. He's just sliding it a little wide there on those exits. He's going to open that up and give DeWert that bottom, and DeWert's got the launch pad down there, especially right here out of 2. Rundle's going to have to really be careful right here because DeWert is now alongside. The battle for the lead. We're going to be 3 to go, and I think the battle's over. I think DeWert now has it. Rundle's going to fight back. And we'll see if Howard gets up here and closes in. Rundle fighting back with 2 to go. Good battle right there. It's opening the door and giving Howard a chance to get up here. He's going to make it a 3-car battle coming to the white flag for the win. DeWert's got a handle on it, but Rundle trying to really work the car out wide. He's going to open the bottom up. Here comes Howard. He's not going to get there. Howard with a power move off the bottom, but Rundle off the top takes the win in the heat. Howard comes home second. DeWert went from first to third in a single lap, running just up off the bottom. Ossendorf, Moody Jones, and Brunner rounding things out, but Reed Rundle powers around the top side and gets the win in heat number 1. So our heat number 2 is going to look like this. The 11 of Shane Yates will have the pole, and he'll have the Ohio hombre, Matt Westfall, on his outside. Ryan Hines, the 13 car. Actually, I think Ryan Hines is the 25, and we need to fix that, and we keep forgetting. He starts right next to the other 25 in the series, and that's Travis Johnson. Hines in the black and red, Johnson in the orange and black. Adam Vinny, 11 car, row 3 to the inside, and he'll have the 21 of Garrett Boyd on his outside. That'll round out all the drivers in the heats. They'll show them the start line right there. That red marker in the middle of the corner. And this time around, that pace truck's going to get out of our way and let us get started for our final heat race of the evening. Oh, little bump and grind action on the start between Westfall and Yates. That's going to open the door, and Travis Johnson immediately going to take advantage of that situation. They're going to be 3 wide behind it as Adam Vinny stuck his nose down on the bottom between Hines, between Hines and the tires right there, and Hines was pinned in by Westfall up top. 3 wide behind Yates and Travis Johnson looking for an opening, and Johnson got in the corner, and I think Westfall hooked the back of the car, got him spun around. Let's see, is Johnson going to be able to get going? He's going to spin it to the infield, and that's probably going to do it, as the field will streak by, and he will just start at the back of the field. He got down the corner, got just a little bit off the throttle, and Matt Westfall in behind. Maybe not exactly ready for that, and hooked that bumper and just turned him right around. So Yates, Westfall, Hines, Boyd, Vinny. 5 cars on track, everybody within about 2 seconds of one another, which is still the same straightaway. Everything off the start kind of made all of that possible there. As Yates got the car a little out of shape on the start and had contact. And Westfall fighting back, got into the back of Travis Johnson just a little bit. The white flag is out on our second heat already, and Shane Yates is coming out of 3 and 4. He's going to win that heat race. Westfall second, Hines in third, Boyd and Vinny through the top 5. Travis Johnson early exit. He'll start back of tonight's 40-lap A main. I'll guarantee you the drivers are having a little chat. Those two will work it out. They're both pretty level-headed guys. I will say that our overall points across all 3 series, the pavement series, the UMPs, and the big blocks, has Travis Johnson 200 points in front of Devin Hauer before we do drops. Then Rundle, Vinny, and Moody are the top 5 in the overall points right now. Our pavement series, Joey Connor, Casey Wynn, Dan Legenesi, Marvin Turnmeyer, and Adam Vinny are the top 5 there. And your UMP points, Travis Johnson, Reed Rundle, Devin Hauer, Larry Moody, and Dylan DeWert are the top 5. Top 2 separated by about 67 points. We'll add in tonight's, and then after next Monday night's big block race, which next Monday night will be asphalt and then dirt. Drop weeks will start to take effect, and that will shake our points up dramatically. I think the week after is when the single drop for the UMPs takes effect. Race number 6 for them, so that'll be the 19th of August. Travis Johnson still the quickest. There goes Devin Hauer. I was just about to say Travis Johnson still the quickest, and Devin Hauer powers his way to the top of the speed chart. Let's grab driver here real quickly. I know he is running some laps. We'll see if he can hear us over the roar of that big block engine. We'll try to talk to him. Bruce Jones, can you hear me?
You bet.
Hang on, I'm going to turn you up just a touch so the fans can hear you. All right, man, you have had just a couple of weeks where you've had a little bit of contact. It's been bad luck. Rough start to the night. Are you going to be able to fight back from the back of the field?
Oh, yeah. This place is fun. It's a lot of laps. 40 laps is a long ways here, and being in the back probably isn't too big of a disadvantage, I don't think.
Yeah, it
Might keep
looks
you out
like
of the wrecks.
I was gonna say it looks like the track is pretty racy right now. We probably got a couple of lines that work pretty good. Do you have any preference at the moment?
I don't. I can't tell a difference really right now. I think you can kind of run 3/4 of the way up and pedal it through the slick and be all right, or you can run the bottom if you want.
Yeah. Well, I've been saying since we saw you back in action here that it's awesome to see you back running at DSRL, even if it's the big blocks. We used to see you in all kinds of different dirt stuff over here. Have you stayed active, just not over here because they haven't been doing a whole lot?
Yeah, mostly I try to run sprint cars. That's what I think my bread and butter is anyway. This is just good practice, good competition, and a bunch of fun guys to run with.
Well, you're going to be excited if DSRL brings a Monday Night Thunder back into the sprint cars here before long?
You betcha.
They're talking about it. I know that is a fact. They're talking about doing a 360 and a 410 back-to-back and individual championships and then combining the two for a King of the Wing type deal. Something that the 17 car might be interested in doing?
Yeah, you bet. Sign me up.
All right, man. Well, we're going to wish you the luck tonight out here in the big block modifieds. Hopefully we get to see you drive from the outhouse up to the penthouse tonight and get a chance to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Sounds good. The SDR boys got me a good setup. We'll be good.
All right, man. Good luck out there. That's Bruce Jones, driver in the 17. He has just had some really, really bad luck the last couple of times out. So, like I said, we've seen him here at DSRL before, but it's always been in a sprint car. It's really fun seeing some of these guys make a transition and get into some of these bigger machines. So we are getting down to it right here. About 30 seconds left to go in the practice session and 40 green flag laps of racing. Should be a good one. We had a little bit of a rough start in the UMPs, but they smoothed that out. We only had the one caution. These gentlemen here could go flag to flag. And they could do it too wide. All right, that is going to do it for the warm-up session, pre-feature. So we will get ready to line them up. Should be Hauer and Yates on the front. Ready for drivers to start dropping into our grid. Well, let's show you what the lineup is going to look like. It's going to be Reed Rundle and Shane Yates. It was Rundle that kept Hauer behind him in heat number 1. So they'll have the front row. Then Devin Hauer, Matt Westfall in row number 2. Dylan DeWert and Ryan Hines, row 3. Ostendorf and Boyd in row 4. Moody and Vinny, row 5. Jones and Johnson, two unfortunate drivers in their heats, row 6. And then if John Brunner can make the call, he will make up his mind and run inside or out in row number 7 to start things off. "40 green flag laps, the scheduled distance." I'm not sure if Mr. Brunner's going to make it out. You must be having all kinds of problems. I don't know. Randy, if you're here, you maybe can update us on what's going on with John. Seeing a little blinky blink out of the 11 car. Hopefully he gets that squared away before we get too far into this thing. We know we got the Jackwagon fans going on here in the chat. He's got the prime starting spot. We'll see if he can hang on and keep this one under control and keep everybody tucked in behind him. He's going to have his hands full. 316, the 20, the 11, both the 25, 54. I mean, all these guys can come in here and win. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different winners for the season. 4 feature winners right here. maybe 5, because I think Boyd is in there as well. So about half the field. Green flag in the air. 40 laps on Monday Night Thunder for the CAMMUS Racing Simulators. Big block modifies underway at Limaland Motorsports Park. And they are fanned out 3 wide, a couple of rows deep here. Behind the top 2, Hauer already making his bid to take the top spot away. And he is going to do it out of 2. Moody got lap 1. We'll see how many Hauer gets before somebody gets to him. Oh, big problems for the 316, and Rundle had to really check up right there. That allowed DeWert to have the inside clean and clear, and now Dylan DeWert is going to lead to lap number 3. 3 laps, 3 leaders. DeWert, Hauer, and Yates, 1, 2, 3. Rundle slipping back to 4th, and he's almost in a 3-wide sandwich with Westfall up on top. Westfall not far. Almost a backyard race for him. The Ohio Hombre in Limaland, Ohio. So, whoa, Boyd bumps into the back of Westfall. Westfall got into Rundle right there. There's a little chain reaction bumpity bump going on. Howard DeWert, 1, 2. They're getting away from Yates just a little bit. He's got 3rd secured. Rundle's got 4th, and then it is an absolute dogfight. In behind that, Rundle, Westfall, Boyd, Ryan Hines, Johnson right there. Johnson trying to make a move on Hines. The 225 car is almost coming together. 25J, Travis Johnson. It's a 25T, excuse me, a 25T of Travis Johnson. So now the battle. Rundle and Westfall are side by side. Or no, Rundle and Boyd, excuse me. It's Westfall and Hines that are side by side behind that. And Boyd got around Rundle and Garrett Boyd working the high side. He's going to go by Shane Yates. 2 for 1 this lap. He is going to move himself into a podium spot here. And he is the fastest car on the track by a pretty good chunk, almost 2/10 the last time around. Hates this track if you talk to him. Can't stand to come here. Somehow always finds a lot of speed when he gets on the surface. And now Reed Rundle is working the high side. He saw what Boyd did to get around him. He's going to try to do the same to get around Shane Yates. That is no short order. That is a very tall task to drive past Shane Yates anywhere. Still DeWert and Howard going at it. Devin Howard, Dylan DeWert going to be side by side. Out at 2, and Howard off the top side. Has the momentum, but DeWert makes that bottom work in 3 and 4. And he is keeping it very, very close. Garrett Boyd, just about as fast as the leaders now, has slowed down just a tick. And Reed Rundle tucked in behind. He sees what Boyd is doing. He's trying to do the exact same thing. Yates following in step. Westfall in the line. So is Hines. So is Vinny. Moody. Travis Johnson problem. And Travis Johnson is falling way back. That car has to be damaged. And it does look like the left front might be towed in just a little bit. Maybe he caught some contact. That left front tire is really pointed to the right, and it's cambered quite a bit up under the car, so that may be a problem for him. "21 laps. Next time around, halfway, we're working into lap traffic. Bruce Jones, 3 laps down, still on the track as he is right in front of these guys. I have no idea how he got 3 laps down. Ostendorf already off the track, and Brunner never made it to the start line. Look back and see if we see Travis Johnson did have a crash. He does have a red dot. So does Tom Ostendorf. So they both had incidents that scored as incidents, just not enough to bring out a yellow flag. 18 laps remaining. We have crossed under halfway. Top two in lockstep. Man, DeWert tried to make the cut down and just didn't have enough grip to get off the corner. Boyd in third, and he has slowed down to match. He's still just a couple of hundredths quicker than the guys in front, but just not reeling them in. There goes Bruce Jones to the infield, 17 car. Might be calling it a day. Tough luck for him. Battle at the front. This time DeWert got alongside on the exit. The momentum was the difference. And he is all but right against the 316 every time except this one coming down the front stretch. He gets right to the inside. Just doesn't have enough momentum to slingshot him for that slider down in 1 and 2. And Boyd now starting to reel these guys back in. He was a tenth and a half quicker the last time by. And he is about a half a tenth quicker this time. So he's creeping in on him. He's got it down under 7/10 of a second. And he is right there as they start to do battle. And maybe slowing them down. We're getting down almost to 10 to go. This time, Howard doesn't have enough on the top side. DeWert has it through the middle. Can he get it on the exit? Just that momentum, that big run on the exit for Howard. If DeWert can find grip and keep that run from getting there, he could take the spot away. But they are letting Garrett Boyd get to him. Now, getting there is one thing, passing them is another. As we're coming around, it's going to be in 9 laps. And Reed Rundle's kind of staying in lockstep with these guys. He is right there. If there's a mistake up front, he can jump up here and steal this thing. As the top 3 now have come back together with 8 to go. About a car and a half separating first and second and third. It is a couple of tenths of a second between each driver. A lap car in front. I don't know if they're going to get to it. It's Larry Moody up there. No, it is not. That looks like Travis Johnson maybe. Still making laps with a hurt car. 34, 35, 38. Third to first. That time by 5, the wave lap. 5 laps remaining. Somebody might get desperate. We may see a big Hail Mary slider here in the closing laps. Howard jumped the cushion and bumped the fence, opens the gap between he and Howard. And Boyd, not close enough to capitalize. Coming down, it's going to be 2 to go the next time. 40 laps went by quickly here. I told you they could go caution free. They are doing it right now as we're inside 2 laps to go. Howard enjoys 6/10. Second and third might still be contested the last couple of laps. Boyd is right there. White flag, and here goes Boyd through the middle. He don't have enough to get there. Too much momentum off the top. It's all Howard. He's going to sweep of the night. DeWert going to come home second, and Boyd will come home in third. Rundle and Westfall 4 and 5. He made a run at him. Hard charger for the night, picks up 5 spots. He's going to come home third. There he comes. All right, let's start dragging drivers for interviews. G-Body, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you made a hell of a run out of it. It looked like at the end, just really no place to make that pass.
Yeah, it's kind of turned into one lane around the top, and can't get enough momentum on the guy ahead of you most of the time to make anything happen. And if you do step out of line, you're worry about the guy behind you filling that hole.
Yeah, you ran them down, and you were faster. You know, once they got out front, you started passing cars. You were faster than everybody on the track. And then once you got within about 2/10, it looked like everything kind of equaled out. There was just absolutely no chance to get a slider kicked off anywhere from 4 to 1 or from 2 to 3.
Yeah, it's kind of the way this racetrack goes with these cars. Kind of normally goes one lane, and wish the bottom would have a little bit more, but for some reason it doesn't.
Well, I said it when I saw you get clear into third. I said, man, he tells us every time, I hate coming here. I hate this track. But he always finds speed. Why is there so much disdain for this little place when you're so fast here?
I don't like running the top here. It's really small, thin line of air. If you make a mistake up there, you're in the wall. So it's not my favorite place to run around the top.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-out and some thank yous. Great finish tonight.
I got to thank the sponsors for putting this deal on, CAMMUS and Tim Sims, and how many other people are sponsoring this deal, and Roger for you for putting it on, and then girlfriend and mom for supporting me, and then Sim Magic and Sim Shop.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great night in the big blocks. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
Thank you.
That's Garrett Boyd. And props to Garrett. He is the one that helps provide at least a competitive setup for all of these drivers to download so they can all come in here and compete. And I know the FTM guys don't do it. They do their own stuff, but the rest of the guys, I'm sure, appreciate all his efforts. But we've got second place Dylan DeWert in here. Man, you're just a force to be reckoned with, and you just could not get around your teammate in here tonight. But overall, I'm going to say you had a pretty good night of racing on the dirt.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It was a lot of fun.
It looked like, it wasn't hammered down. You had to be really, really concise because you guys were running right up at the top the whole time. And maybe you were a little bit quicker than your teammate, but the margin for error and the thin line to try to pass somebody, it just made it, really, really difficult for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where I was faster for a little while, but I used my car up just trying to, angle around him and see what I could do, and it was really kind of a momentum track for a little while. And with that being said, he ended up being faster longer. He was not abusing his stuff as much as I was, so congrats to him. It was a really good race. I had a lot of fun.
Did you know that the 21 car had run you guys down?
Yeah, I had my relative up just on that chopping somebody's nose off, so I knew he was there. I heard him too, especially like the last lap and a half or so. I definitely heard him. I was like, okay, he's down there. I'm just gonna stay kind of up here, do my thing.
Well, an awesome run, man. Another great finish. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here tonight.
Devin for getting another one. Everybody else at FTM, Dean with Super Dirt Car, Ground Response Speed Shop, Bomb Stack Services, MDI TV, and you, Roger. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Congrats again. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next week, buddy. Dylan DeWert picked up another top 3 finish. This guy picked up another win. It's getting more and more difficult, I think, for these guys to figure out how to get around him and beat him. It doesn't matter where he starts, but he got a great starting spot, took advantage early, and then just held him off. How much fun was that, and how tough was it running that razor-thin line at the top tonight here at Limaland?
Honestly, I'm kind of shocked. I didn't think it was going to go to the top that soon. I seen DJ, he got underneath me, and it kind of forced me to the top a little bit. I kept getting tight early on. There was 2 times I got tight, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to try up here once, and I seen I got a run on him. I figured he just, had messed up or something and kind of slid up the track a little bit, because if you run the bottom, you kind of got to hold it all the way around the tires. So I figured he just messed up. So I hit it again in the next turn, and I had another run off of him. So I kind of just stayed up there the rest of the race, and I knew I had more drive off. So I kind of just stayed up there and just ran it out.
All right, man. It was an awesome night of racing. You're going to sweep the night. I don't know what else to say. You're just way fast in here, bud.
Hometown hero.
Well, that doesn't explain Charlotte at all, but that's
not
awesome.
Charlotte, but Limaland. It's only 15 minutes, so.
That's an awesome run. A couple of you guys, you and Westfall in here running pretty much in the backyard tonight, and you did a great job picking up the win, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah, as always, DJ and the rest of the guys at Full Throttle Motorsports, glad to see him here tonight and running with me. Get Nasty Motorsports, DJ Sim Shop, Dean at Super Dirt Car, Drury Designs, and you guys always, again, giving us a place to race and giving us broadcasts out for us and everybody else.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night of racing. I will look forward to seeing you back here in the second show next week.
Thank you.
All right, is Devin Howard picking up another win in the series. Just, if you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best. We say it all the time, but right now that guy is the best in here, so everybody's striving to go after him. Howard, Orton, Boyd, 1, 2, 3, Rundle, Westfall, Hines through 6th, Yates was 7th, Vinny 8th, Moody 9th, Johnson 10th, Jones 11th, Ostendorf 12th, and Brunner did not make the call, but credit with 13th position in tonight's race. So, another night of dirt over for Monday Night Thunder. 2 great races. Don't forget, for the CAMMUS Racing Simulators, direct drive wheels and pedals. If you want a code, send it to private message over on the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page, and we'll get you your own discount code. Same for all the sponsors. Same for Premier Setup Shops. Go over there. If you buy a full package, that discount code that's on the splash screen right there, Dirt Network 15, you can use that and get a discount while you're over there. That is going to do it for us tonight. It has been a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody being in the chat. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night about 8:30 Eastern. ERA. I want to say super late models are back in action tomorrow night. I think we had just the regular late model stocks last week. I think we're super lates this week. It should be a fun one. It's always great when they go to the short tracks with those big horsepower cars and everybody's right on the razor's edge. It's a lot of fun to watch. We may try to do an over-under caution deal. We'll see. We'll let you guys kind of decide that tomorrow night. But make sure you join us. I appreciate you being here, shouting out in the chat and talking to us. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do any of this. And without all the awesome leagues that we have given us great racing like you've seen tonight, there is nothing for us to cover. Thank you to everybody, both sides of the coin there. Until we see y'all again tomorrow night, make sure that you mark and join us. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the